Excuse my appearance. I haven't done anything with my hair. I'm not putting on any makeup because I'm just gonna be doing some yard work today. I'm literally gonna be going outside and sweating, so I didn't want to put on any makeup. It is really hot today, or it feels really hot. I think the high is supposed to be, oh, today the high is 88, so yeah, that's gonna be pretty warm. But later in the week, we're gonna be getting up into 93, so yeah, we're starting to feel those summer temperatures here in Georgia already. But anyways, today's video, I'm gonna be doing some yard work. I really want to clean up the trees that are in my backyard. They are covered in vines. That's what's directly out my kitchen window. It's not a pretty sight. So I really wanna get those cleaned up. We also have like an overgrown area that's in between my yard and my mom's yard, and we had it cleaned up a couple of months ago, but now that we're starting to have warmer temperatures, the growth is starting to take off again, and honestly we don't have anything to really keep it under control. We don't have any kind of push mowers or anything. We usually have somebody come out and cut our grass, but I don't think that they even have the equipment to really handle that because it's really thick weeds and it's starting to get overgrown again. But this morning I went to Walmart, or did like a grocery pickup, and I got one of these hedge trimmers. It is the kind you have to plug in, so I'm gonna have to use an extension cord. I think this will work. I really just need something that's gonna cut through the thick weeds and all the thick vines that I've got back here, and I think this will do. I would really like to get one of those weed eaters that are cordless. It's got like the saw blade on the end of it. I think that would do a really good job, but those are like $300 and $400 that I don't have right now. So we're gonna go with this. It was like $30 and hopefully it'll do the job. So yeah, today's video is gonna be some yard work. I don't think of anything else. I have a really exciting garden update to share with y'all as well. We've got some growth happening. So we'll go ahead and head outside. I'll give you a little garden update and then we will get to work. Totally random, but this morning when I did my pickup, Walmart gave me a goodie bag. I don't get these very often, so I figured we could see what's in it together. They gave me one of these Coca-Cola spiced. I haven't tried these yet, so I'll have to try that later. Oh, this. I've been wanting to try these. It's the Alani powder that you would pour in some water. I wanted to try those as well. I usually just get the Alani energy drinks. Some Tide Free and Gentle. We got, I think it's one pod in there. We got some Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard dryer sheets. Let's see what this is. Muddy Bites waffle cone snacks. I've been seeing those at TJ Maxx and I've been tempted to grab some, so now we can try them. They also gave me some toothpaste. This is the TheraBreath Breath Fresheners. I've been using the, what's it called? Sensodyne whitening toothpaste, and I like that pretty good so far. Ooh, some Method. I forgot that Method does shampoo and conditioner. I believe that's what this is. This one's conditioner. I'm assuming this one is shampoo. Can't really see under there, but that's exciting. Give me some liquid IV. I might actually need that today. In my water bottle. Sugar-free lemon lime. I did get some baby oil for, this is what I use to take off my eye makeup, and these bottles last me years. The bottle that I currently have has lasted me, it's pretty embarrassing to say, but it's lasted me I think 4 or 5 years. It only takes a tiny little amount. I just put some on a wash rag and then I wipe my eyes with it, but I keep my eyes closed while I'm wiping because you don't want to get the baby oil in your eyes. It doesn't burn, but it kind of like puts a film over your eye. But it always does a really good job at taking off my eye makeup, so I've always used baby oil for that. I did get the kids some more Annie's mac and cheese to have in the pantry. And last but not least, I did get one of these Zevo fly traps. I was talking about flies in my last video, and a lot of y'all recommended the Zevo fly traps. These are a little expensive, so I just got one for now, but they're mainly in my kitchen area. That's where they like to hang out, so I put it here in my kitchen. I also like the little light on it. It acts as a little night light at night, so that's kind of cool. But the light is supposed to attract the flies, and I guess it attracts other bugs as well, like fruit flies and gnats, so hopefully this will work out. Alright, so I have a really exciting garden update to share with y'all. We've got some growth on a couple of our plants, the strawberries. Let's talk about those first. So over the weekend, I noticed we had some strawberries coming up, and I was not expecting strawberries this year. So we have this one that's came up. We have one there, and let's see. I think we've got some little, yeah, we've got a tiny one there. This is a little one here. And then this plant also has some little berries on it. So that's a pretty big one there. And then all of these are on the smaller side, but I was so excited to see some strawberries. And then this morning, y'all, I came out to check and we have a little tomato. Oh, we have a tomato here too. I didn't see that a while ago. That's another Roma. And I think this one is a celebrity. I don't think we have any growth on that yet. And then one of my pepper plants has some growth. We've got a little tiny bell pepper growing there. So when I bought these, I was under the impression that they were bell pepper, green bell pepper, because that's what the tag says. But I downloaded one of those apps that'll tell you what plants are, like you can take a picture of them and it'll tell you what the plants are. And I did it just for fun. So I took pictures of all my stuff in the garden and it was all accurate except these. It was saying these are jalapenos. So I don't know if these are jalapenos or if they're truly green bell pepper. I guess we'll find out when they grow. If I had to guess, I would say this is going to be a bell pepper, but I don't know. I guess these little buds here are all going to be peppers. So yeah. This one actually looks like it's going to be ready to pick in the next several days maybe. And these are the zucchini. I am going to move this stuff. I have to get one more bed, I think, for the zucchini, or I may just put these in their own little pots. I've got to get some more soil before I do that, so that way the zucchini will have this whole bed to itself. And then our cucumber over here, it's looking pretty good, I think. It's got some blooms on it, so I guess we're doing good over here. But that's the only thing I have in this bed. Cilantro has really sprouted up. The parsley is also looking good, and then my chives. This is the bush pile I was telling y'all about. Got some pretty thick weeds. This is why I wanted boots, because all of these are stickers and they hurt. Look at these weeds though. They're really thick, and I don't know if my hedge trimmers are going to be able to cut through them or not, but we're going to try it. I do have some really big bolt cutters, but they're kind of hard to pull apart and squeeze, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to use those or not. I should have got some, you know, like the big scissors, the big shears you can use for stuff like that. I should have got a pair of those, but I didn't. Yeah, and all this I'm going to have to do from a distance because I don't know what we've got in here. Might have some neighbors. So anyways, that's what I'm working on today. Really quickly, I'm going to head out to my shed and grab the extension cord. That is one thing I didn't like about this tool, is that it has to be plugged in, but thankfully I had an extension cord that was going to be long enough to reach from the house to the bush and basically all the way around the bush. I did stop at a certain point because we have some old tires and pieces of wood. There's some other random stuff that's got to be gotten out before I want to cut any further. But I did get a pretty big chunk of this done today. There's also an old shed to the left you guys may see in just a second. The shed's no good. It's going to be coming down, not in this video, but in the next couple of videos that we do here outside. I'm really enjoying this outside work. It is getting a little bit hotter. I can definitely tell we are moving into summer here in Georgia. The weather's not as cool as it has been. It's starting to get into the 90s. And so I had to take frequent breaks as I was working today. And, you know, it's just all about knowing when you need to take a break and listen to your body. So I was very, careful with that and just making sure that I was taking my breaks, drinking my water, wearing my sunscreen. I was very impressed with this little tool. I really didn't know how well it would work because it was inexpensive, but it done a really, really good job. Even on the thicker stuff, it did a really good job. In the box, it shows, you know, cutting like basic hedges. So I was taking a chance here and just hoping that it would work. It was a little killer on the back, having to bend over, and that's where I would have loved to have a weed eater, but I don't know that a corded weed eater would have went through these weeds because, like I said, they were really thick. I think if I had purchased a weed eater, it was going to need to be the cordless kind, the one with the blade. So for now, this is a quick way to get this bush pile under control, and we're planning on staying on top of it, and we'll continue to spray it with the weed killer. The more it gets mowed over, the more it'll be like the rest of our yard. But this used to be a really, really big, massive bush. I wish you guys could have seen it before now, because a couple months ago there were some trees in there as well that we had pulled out, and so that was the majority of it, and then what's left is just a bunch of these weeds that have really started to take off now that it's starting to warm up outside. And something else random that I did want to mention about this tool is that it does have a safety feature on it, so you're not going to accidentally pull the lever. There's a little button on top that you have to press at the same time, so you have to be intentional when you are pulling the lever. So it does have that little safety feature. Go inside and take a little break. It was getting a little toasty out here. So I had to take a little lunch break, eat some food, regain my strength, and cool off for a little bit. So I've made some pretty good progress, more than what I thought I was gonna make with this little tool. I have a lot to go on this side. Let me flip you guys around. But this is how much I've got on this side so far. And I got all the way around over there where the old shed is. We're gonna be taking that down. It burnt a few years back, so it's honestly no good, and it needs to just come down. So we're gonna be taking that down, not today, but in the future. I'll probably film that when I do. Everything in it got burnt. There's a couple of things in there that's still good, like the kids' Kane's got a little power wheels in there that's good that we just stuck in there, but everything else in there is just, yeah, we've got to do something with that. I got all of this cleaned up, and I think it's at a good place now where we can go over it with a mower. We may have our lawn guy do it. If not, then we'll just do it ourselves with a push mower. But like I said, right now we can't afford to get a push mower because I've got some extra expenses this month. So this is a good way to get it done. Now, it is a little more work, but it's doing the job, and it's getting it under control to where we can manage it. This is a fire pit that we made back in the colder months. Yeah, I got this far into it. So I think what I'm gonna do, that is the elephant ear plant. I'm gonna try to save that. I'm not gonna cut that down, but I think what I'm gonna do is take the hedge trimmer back around on that side, because I've worked just about as far as I can get in on this side. So I'm gonna take it back around on that side and come in that way and see if I can't get the rest of this done today. It really didn't take me that long to do this. It took, I would say, maybe an hour to do this. And then I had to go inside and take a little break because I got hot. But all of this stuff is thick. It may cut through some of that, so I might try that. But these thicker ones, it won't cut through. Some of them, if I come at them with some speed and hit it kind of fast, it does cut through. So I may try to get those one more time. wanted to show you guys the roof is here. This honestly doesn't even look like it's gonna be enough to cover my roof. But I sent a picture to the people that are gonna be doing it and they said that it looks right. So I guess we're all good to go, but yay, the new roof is here. Funny story, I actually forgot that my metal was supposed to be delivered today, so I heard a truck pull up in the drive and I could tell it was a larger truck, but I couldn't see it because they were pulling into my mom's front yard there. And then I remembered, oh yeah, my roof is supposed to be delivered today. So yay for having my roof here. They'll be starting on that in the next couple of days. But right now I am going back over those thicker weeds that I initially couldn't cut. And it's because I was trying to cut at the base of them where they're the thickest. So I just cut a little bit higher up and I got them at least halfway down. So that was better than nothing. So I'm just going a little bit further back here and then I'm gonna go ahead and stop because this is where I start getting into the random items that we've got to get up. But I was very happy with how much I was able to get cut. I could not believe that I had cut all of that down with this one little tool. Good morning, y'all. So we are on to day 2 of our yard work. So yesterday I pretty well much cut everything that I could cut in that big bush pile. We still need to get the shed taken down and there's some stuff that needs to be picked up out there, like some old tires and pieces of wood, stuff like that we need to get out before I can really cut the rest. So I've really done everything I can do out there for now and it looks so much better than it did. I am really impressed with that $40 tool that I got from Walmart. So today I'm gonna be working here behind my house. I've got those trees that are in the back that are really overgrown. We've got vines going all which ways. And so I really want to get that cleaned up. I would love for the kids to be able to come out here and play. It is shaded back here. We don't really have any shade in the front. There's no trees in the front, as y'all know. So these are our only trees that we have really for the kids to play under. So I would love to, you know, get it cleaned up where they can come out here and play, maybe hang a tire swing or something in the future. Also, I'm really sore. I woke up this morning and my whole body was so sore, and I knew I would be. So I'm gonna have to take some ibuprofen before we go out there, especially in my arms. I think those are the worst, but it's like a good sore. I can tell that my muscles got worked out, so it's a good sore. Even in my wrist, they're sore, my back, my legs. So I definitely got a good workout yesterday. If you wanna get a good workout, do some yard work. All right, y'all, this is the monster that I'm dreading because there's so many vines, so many limbs. There's a lot of dead limbs that are hanging and they're literally just hanging by vines. So I've got my work cut out for me. And I was initially gonna cut these trees down. I was gonna call somebody to come out and cut them so that the backyard would be open with my property. But the more that I think about it, since we don't really have any trees in the front of the yard, it would be really nice to have at least some in the back, you know, like I said, where the kids can come and play under them. They can hang a tire swing or their little saucer swing or whatever else. I am getting my ladder out real quick because I was going to try to really reach up in those vines that were hanging. However, I don't like heights, so I'm not going to be going too far. That first hour of work felt so pointless. I honestly felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I kept standing back from it and thinking, am I even doing anything? But I started taking pictures on my phone just to compare. And every so often I would look at the picture before and I would see that I had made a little bit of progress. And by the end of this, I definitely put a big dent in it, but I'm gonna have to come back a couple more times and chip away at it because those vines actually go back even further beyond these trees. So there's another whole line of trees back there that meet up with my property that I would like to get cleared up. So you can see there where I was able to cut one of the vines and then just pull it out. And a lot of those were like that on the left half of this. I was able to pull a lot of those out of the trees. But as for the rest of this, like the lower half, there's a lot of limbs and just sticks everywhere that I'm just grinding through. I have no rhyme or reason. I'm just grinding through, cutting everything. And that vine that's hanging there in front of the camera to the left, that was actually draping crisscross with another vine. It was like draping from tree to tree, almost touching my house. I was able to cut it in half, but it is really tangled up in those branches that are high up. So I wasn't able to pull that down, but hopefully I can figure something out to where I can get that cut, maybe cut a little bit higher up where it's at least, you know, not dangling there. I am telling y'all, after this second day of work, you can definitely tell I have not been working out because my arms, my legs, everything was so sore. I actually had trouble sleeping this night. So after this, I'm going to be taking a break for a couple days and we are going to pick up on another day. So this is going to be a work in progress, a little series that I'm going to continue here on my channel, just getting the yard cleaned up. I'll have to work a little bit each day because once we start getting into those really, really hot summer months, it's going to be hard to stay out here for long periods of time, so I'll just have to work when I can. But I figured that would be a nice little switch up from filming videos inside. We could come outside and do some things out here as well. I am thinking about starting on a little deck for my front porch area. The ones in the back also have to be replaced. They're just little steps. They're not even really porches. They're just steps that are rotten and they need to be thrown away. I do still use them, but they're not safe. So I'm thinking seriously about building me a little porch for the front yard, and I'll just get some little steps or build some little steps for the back area. Eventually I do want a full length back deck back here. I don't know if I'll be the one to build it or not, but it is something that I eventually want done. I've said it before, but I would love for us to be able to come out the glass sliding door onto a nice big deck. It doesn't even have to be screened in. I would prefer for it to be screened in, but it doesn't have to be. I would just love to have that space and to be able to grill and hang out. So that is something that I plan to do in the future. I just don't know when, but in the near future, I'm thinking about going ahead and building me a little porch for the front. I don't want anything really super big. I just want something that's big enough. Maybe I would say maybe half the size of my mom's porch. Just something to maybe have a couple of chairs on, somewhere to sit and enjoy the weather.
Tell me something I haven't heard before, 'cause I'm restless and I'm dying to know more. Show me something I haven't seen before, 'cause I'm tired of the same boats, the same shore. It's time, my friend, to leave this hell behind us. We got everything we need to make a change. I can't keep pretending I'm right where I wanna be. I'm hopelessly in need of better days. 'Cause I'm too young to face the end, but I'm old enough to start again. And I still
random. My thing right now is watching Little House on the Prairie. That's what I've been doing after I get my kids settled. I'll go to my bedroom and I've been watching Little House on the Prairie. I've, watched it in passing or seen bits and pieces of it in passing at my Nana and Papa's as a kid, but I never actually sat down and watched the series, and I'm hooked. I started it from the very first episode. There's like 9 seasons, so I've got a lot to go, but I started it from the very beginning, and I love it so far. I mean, for the 1970s, they did a really good job on the whole production of that show, but it's kind of got me interested in picking up the book series. Right now with the kids, we've been reading the Boxcar Children during our read aloud time, but I think we would all really enjoy the Little House book series, which is the Laura Ingalls Wilder books. So I'm thinking once we finish the Boxcar Children, we will start on those. Yeah, right here is where I was cutting the vines, and then I started pulling, and a lot of them just came right out just with pulling on them, and that saved me a lot of time and hassle. There was also a lot of dead limbs entangled up in those vines, so I got all those down as well. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up here, and then I'll show you guys a before and after so that you can also see how much I actually did, because without seeing the before, you really can't tell how much I've done, but I got quite a bit done. Alright guys, so it is the next day. I wanted to show you my progress. I feel like right now I'm making a bigger mess in my yard by doing this, but I am going to take all of these limbs over to my property. We've got a limb pile back there already going, so I'll just take those back there. Yesterday when I was working, it honestly didn't feel like I was doing anything, but coming back out here today, I can really see a big difference. I do want to maybe eventually go all the way back with it. Those vines, they go all the way back, so maybe I can chip away at this little by little and get it all cleaned up to where we can see my property back there. These vines that are around this tree, they are so thick. Here's the root of them here. I just saw something move. What was that? I think it was a lizard. But they're the roots to these vines, and they go all the way up, and my little trimmer won't cut all the way through those. If my saw would cut like it's supposed to, it would probably cut through those. But yeah, I've got a lot of the vines and stuff on this side cleared out, so there's not a lot left over here. I was able to take some of the vines that were hanging, I was able to take and pull, and a lot of them just came out of the trees, so that's what a lot of that is. Over there is vines. But yeah, it's looking a lot better out here. I would love to maybe put the kids, they've got a saucer swing. Maybe we could hang it right there. Or that limb right there looks like a good one. Could do that. But I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm pretty worn out from doing yard work. I worked 2 days in a row. We did the bush in the front, and then we did the trees here in the back, and my arms are so sore in a good way. I can tell that I'm working my muscles, and I feel like I need to, rest for a day or two before I continue anything else. Adrian's gonna come, and I think he's gonna help me take down that shed. So we'll be able to get that shed down, get all the stuff cleaned up in that bush. That way we can finish getting all of that cut as well. And I do want to work more here on these trees, getting some more of these vines. So we'll do a part 2, 3, 4, however many it takes until I'm satisfied with my yard. But I really hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me today. Remember to leave a butterfly emoji down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.